Alright, so I've been playing Indiana Jones for a while. I've got all the books in the game and I've gone through them all and I've kind of ranked my top 5 of which ones I think are the most valuable books and the best books in the game. So yeah, I've collected them all. There are a lot of books that you can pick up throughout the whole game. So depending on the way you play, you might not agree with me completely, but we'll start with number 5.
Right here.
The Shaping Up and Moxie books that you get from all the medicine tents or the medicine stalls. You see there I've got 3 bars of health. I've just bought 2 of the Shaping Up books. So I'll go into my books and I'll unlock them. And you'll see there that I've got 5 bars. So there's a serious difference in the amount of health. I'll show you Moxie for stamina as well. That's the difference between the base stamina and the maximum stamina. So there's a fair bit of difference there. Number 4, we're going to Voss's Camp in Sukhothai, Bare Hands. I actually really rate this book, but it's just that you don't get it till very late in the game. So in Voss's Camp here, off to the right of the main gate. And you have to have the Royal Army uniform to get this too, because you need the Royal Army key to get into this door right here. What Bare Hands does is it makes you able to sneak up on guards and assassinate them, essentially, or just take them down without any weapons. Which I wish you could get earlier in the game, because that is super useful. There's a lot of places in the game where there's not really too many weapons around. See there, you just kind of sneak up behind him, punch him, and take him out. It means you kind of don't have to look around. A lot of weapons only really last for 1 takedown, and then you got to go and pick up another one. So Bare Hands, yeah, essentially just lets you come up behind, punch them in the back, and they're knocked out immediately. That's probably why you can't get it till very late in the game, but that's why I've ranked it so low. Because this is one of the best abilities that you can get. And it costs 1400, so it's pretty expensive. Anyway, number 3, Lucky Hat. You can actually get this right at the start of the game. This is probably the second book that you can pick up in the Castel Sant'Angelo. So from the Vatican, you'll come to this part here where there's usually a guard and a dog walking around. I've already taken everybody out for the sake of the video. But just come in and up these stairs here. And just in here on a table is your Lucky Hat book. And what this one does is when Indiana Jones gets knocked out, you won't actually die. You won't have to respawn. You can look around and pick up your hat. You get a little timer. And he'll pick his hat up and it kind of loses the aggro from the enemies, so you can make an escape. It doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you get knocked out and there's that many enemies around you that you'll pick your hat up and they will just spot you immediately again. And then you'll have to keep fighting, but at least it gives you a second chance at kind of beating them all. You have to wait for that little orange bar down the bottom there to go back up before you can use the second chance thing again and pick up your hat again. So that bar has to be full. So as for number 2, Punch Out number 1, back in the Castel Sant'Angelo. This is actually the very first book you will pick up. The first book you can come across in the game. And you'd think being the first book it wouldn't be so useful, but I really find it so helpful. It saved me so many times. What it does is, when you knock out an enemy, you gain an extra stamina bar. So essentially, if you combine this with the Moxie books that you can get from medicines, you can essentially just fight without running out of stamina, if you fight well enough. So it's just in here in this little guard booth where the captain guy is. Punch Out number 1. I've ranked this so high because it is really useful, and because of how easy you can get it in the game. It's so close to the start. The first book, like I said. And you'll see here, every time you knock someone out, you gain an extra stamina bar. So like this guy here, I just finished him off, and I'll slow it down. Gain 2 extra stamina bars just for finishing that guy off. It essentially means you can just fight non-stop. So you want to get that as soon as possible. For number 1, Punch Out number 2. But you don't get this to the very end of the game in Sukhothai. So you go into the Fascist Armory in Sukhothai. You need the Royal Army key. So you need to get the Royal Army uniform. But this book, combined with Punch Out number 1, combined with Moxie, you're basically going to be invincible for the most part. You can take out entire camps with your bare hands. Every time you defeat an enemy, it'll gain you an extra health bar. So you see there, I've just been hit. It'll put the bar back to full if you've lost a little bit of that bar. But if you have a full bar and you take another one out, it will gain you a whole extra bar. So you see here, I'm in Giza. I'm actually at the large North Nazi compound, the big red area on the map. And these guys all have guns and they shoot you, so they can do a lot of damage. But I'm just running through with my bare hands, just basically punching my way to more health. It's really over the top. Once you get all these books that I've just put in this video, you can practically take out camps with your hands. You're invincible. As long as you just keep taking out guards by beating them up, you will just keep your health constantly refilling as you go. You'll see here, I'll zoom in on the little orange bar that needs to be full for you to be able to activate your Lucky Hat ability. That will still go up if you are that low on health and that's gone down as well. You'll be able to knock someone out, fill that Lucky Hat bar back up, because that'll come in handy too. And if you do happen to get beaten up that much and not take out an enemy in time to refill your health, you've got the Lucky Hat thing to fall back on. So you look around, you grab your hat. By then the guards have all kind of wandered off because they think you're dead, and then you can just take them all out. You've come back to life with 1 bar of health, and it's all just so overpowered having all these books together. But that's my top 5 anyway, so I hope the video helped you out some way. If it did, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.